I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to tell me the truth. Do you dust your pipes? For those of you who don't, if you're not Derek Tant, right, with all his mayoral millions, sitting in the mayoral palace with like a hutch. A hutch? Who has a hutch? Anyway, and you've got all your pipes behind glass like the mayor does. If you're just one of your average Joes, right, not the ruling class, and you've got a rusticated pipe that doesn't like when you touch it, with like a smooth pipe, you're wiping away the dust. But with a rusticated pipe, especially if it's super craggy, like my Mastro de Paja here, it can get down in the little crannies. And like, how do you dust that? With like a toothbrush? I got better things to do, right, than getting like some kind of fancy sable horsehair brush and brushing the dust from the little crannies on my pipes. Maybe I should keep my pipes, I don't know, like in a drawer. That might be better. But then I wouldn't be able to look at them. And I do like to look at them. This is the Sunday Antisocial Hour. We're coming in just under the wire. It's still Sunday here a little bit. I'm not feeling good today. You know what? You know what the deal is? The deal is that I eat too much of my kids' food, right? Like I've got a 6-year-old, and so I've got 6-year-old food all over. Actually, well, it's not 6-year-old food. I mean, that would probably be healthier than what I'm actually eating. But like chicken nuggets. I've eaten more chicken nuggets in the past 6 years than I did in the previous 30 years. And that's saying something. There's just too many chicken nuggets. Sausage balls, which he didn't even, the whole reason I ate them was that he didn't want to eat them. He didn't like them because they were horrible. And I was like, yeah, those are pretty horrible. I guess I'll eat them. And anyway, I just eat. So at the grocery store, I was like, I'm going to make some, I'm going to kick in the executive control in the old brain here. We're going to make some conscious choices, and I'm going to buy myself enough good food that I don't end up eating my kids' food, right? So I haven't eaten any of my kids' like sugary crap or greasy, soggy chicken nuggets in 2 days. And I am in a murderous rage. I've heard of people going through this way when they quit sugar or something like that. I'm not quitting, and I'm just going to think about this a little bit so I don't default to chicken nuggets. That's all I did. That's all. And I am ready to axe murder my neighbors, who I hope don't watch my videos. This is the Sunday Antisocial Hour. That time each week when I smoke my pipe and complain about humanity while answering all of its questions. And if you are a piece of humanity with a question for me, leave it in the comments down below. Oh, we need to talk about that. A thing has happened. There has been a development. Those of you who make videos yourselves will know this. I go to the tab in YouTube Studio. Sorry for the ring light. Sorry. And this published comments, right? And then there's also a held for review. Just for proof here, no comments held for review. This week, and I do this every week, and I mark the comments with a little heart so that the commenter will know that I saw it, and I will know that I saw it. So that way, when I do the Sunday Antisocial, I only have to look at the ones that are unhearted, the unhearted comments. I'm sorry. I'm really angry. I just want some sugar. I want, like, those chicken nuggets must be pure sugar. They're like sugar with chicken breading on it. I really need a Pop-Tart right now. And that feeling makes me realize that I really don't need a Pop-Tart right now. It's hard to concentrate. Okay, so people leave me comments, right? But apparently, when I went to the published comments tab, apparently I now have 4 years of comments that have never showed up before. 4 years. I've been doing YouTube. Wait, I might have 5 years. Hang on. I mean, seriously, like, there's some of them are hearted, but like, there's all these comments that they were never presented to me, and I have missed them all. And I'm not, like, I've heard of other people going through stuff like this, where like you wake up one day and all of a sudden you see years worth of comments that you never replied to, and you're like, and people have been sending you messages like, why didn't you address my comment? And you were like, what comment? Like, I don't know. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for if you've been commenting on my videos for 4 years and I'm just now getting, I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say. You're probably not watching anymore because you're like, screw this guy, he never responds to my comments. So right now, stop what you're doing and go buy a bunch of my prints, and then go watch the adventure videos that I put out weekly that you guys don't watch as much as you do this. You watch the antisocials more, which is always somebody was, I think it was Les that was asking me like, why that weirds me out, but because I'm just yakking. Like, people just want to see me yak. It's like the thing that I'm like most an expert at is shooting photos, right? No one cares, but just sitting in my chair yammering, everybody loves it. It's weird. I don't know. Maybe they just like to see my face in the ring light. Nothing happens all day, and I try to make a video, my phone just blows up with message. Okay. All right. Should be in airplane mode now. 830-06 in my adventure video about the mad dash in the atmospherics says we should rename my Civic the Honda Hermitster, which I think would be pretty appropriate. Howard says, are these organized by... They are. They're organized by video now. The comments are now organized by what video they were on, not in chronological order, and I'm never going to be able to find your comments. I can always find seriously, YouTube, what you got one job. Well, I guess your one job is like show videos. The second job is like people leave you comments. People comment on videos. That's the thing. That's why we like the videos, is so that then we can make our opinion known about the content of the video. How is this so hard? That's not Martin. Martin asks, see, I can't even, okay. Martin asks Max, given the way that ring light accentuates your interesting personality, if you were a hot dog, would you eat yourself? What did the first part of that sentence have to do with it? Whatever. Sure. What toppings would you be covered with, and would that also be highlighted by your halo of illumination? You guys know the symbol of the snake that's eating its own tail? I'd be just like that, except a hot dog. Except hot dogs don't have a mouth, but somehow. I don't know how. Pickle relish, mustard, and ketchup. Whole wheat bun. Thank you so much. Howard says Blair Witch Project remake on the atmospherics video. If you guys haven't seen it, you totally should. You should stop right now, go watch my adventure videos. And that's the one with the fog that then left. The fog was perfect. And it was spooky as hell. And then it was gone. And now I got to go back and take that picture over. Anyway, you see, I'm pissed off. I'm so angry I didn't even move the yoga ball. I'm just over it. I'm over this, the whole like trying to present, like, like the professional videos you've come to expect. I'm done. We're just going to have the yoga ball in the background, y'all. Inverted 311, how you doing? He says, been a long time. Absolutely. You should have enjoyed a pipe by the tree. There wasn't time because I had to hike out. Handlebar Mike says, get yourself a vape and create your own fog that smells like cake. I wonder if that would help my my sugar. Is it sugar? Is it the grease that I'm not getting that's making me mad? I don't know. Whatever the unhealthy ingredient is, I should just get a vape that tastes like that. Tastes like kids' chicken nuggets. Blake, 1827. If you haven't already touched on the subject, what's your opinion on Bitcoin? Analog photography doesn't lend itself to the whole NFT digital art craze. Yeah, about that. Actually, I think analog photography in the art world kind of beat the NFTs to the punch, actually. I think that in terms of making something that is just like a bunch of other things, exclusive, that's what photographers have been doing with limited editions like forever. The whole measure of a printer's success in the darkroom is, are those prints reproducible? Can he get it the exact same way every time? But then when you go and you sell the prints, this run of prints, this is unique. They'll never be offered like this again. Like it's a total false scarcity. NFTs are false scarcity. Like a digital artist makes a file, they could have 1 million copies of that file, but for whatever reason, that file is the one that they want to call the original. And because they make it an NFT, it is the original. I don't get it, but it's the exact same thing analog photographers did for decades and decades and decades. And it's why I don't really do a lot of limited edition stuff. I've done some limited runs of small prints that I sell for $100. I don't want to do big limited editions. I feel like that's the whole reason I'm out there shooting stuff, is to capture it and like show it to people. So why would I want to then make it an exclusive thing that only a certain number of people can buy? I don't know. Which is completely off topic. Bitcoin is, I don't understand it. I think at one time I owned some Bitcoin quickly. I like had a digital wallet for a second to like do some shady stuff. And I wanted anonymity for a thing I was working on, which we won't get into. And I had a little bit of Bitcoin that I used to trade for some. I hired some guys to do a job. Okay, I don't know what it means for the long haul. Like the fact that we're creating digital currencies, like, is that going to? I mean, I guess they've survived a pandemic, right? Like, what other stresses can you put on a currency to see if it will all fall through and be completely worthless? Because that's the fear, right? Is that one day people will realize, like, this isn't really actually a thing. Like, I don't own anything. Of course, none of us own anything with the dollars in our bank accounts either. I don't know. I don't see a big difference there. I don't see. I wish I'd gotten in the beginning. I back in the day when everyone was talking about it, should have moved on that. John Rogoza, whatever. Well, hello to the best video psychotic, underrated comedian and freestyle flamboyant artist that graces the YouTube airwaves. Is flamboyant really? Do I look flamboyant? I don't know. Do I look psychotic? I guess I should have kind of caught on that one first. Say you have missed your calling in the big picture. You, my friend, should have been a teacher of philosophy teamed up with your outdoor expeditions. I mean, isn't that's what I do, man. Go watch the adventure videos. Buy some prints. You would have a TV series by now. That would be horrible. Just a whole TV series of me. No one would watch that. Anyways, I just wanted to compliment you on your completion of your outdoor prints project. Well done, sir. Thank you. I'm very glad to have those prints out there in a way that I feel right about, like market share. No, it's not market share, market placement wise. Well done, sir. Thank you so much. You are much appreciated by your followers, and I just wanted to state that fact. Thank you. That hits me right in the feels. Your cyber buddy Wax a Noodle. So I think that this John Rogozo, I think that used to be John Waxanoodle, and now I see why he used Waxanoodle. Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate that, and it comes at a good time because I must say I'm feeling very down about the entire universe right now. Cascadian Piper asks, Max, have you ever considered a little foundation and some eyeliner so that you can compete with the Visco girls with your ring light? No. But I am wearing fishnets below the camera angle. By the way, I want to send you major kudos and salute you for featuring a same-sex wedding image there for the portal to the wedding photography on your website. I appreciate your voice in the YTPC and how you demonstrate compassion. Thank you. Did I ask for compliments? Why is everyone giving me a compliment all of a sudden? Yeah, so if you look on my website and you go look at the wedding photos, the photo that sort of leads you in there is a photo of a same-sex couple, and it was the best photo for the slot, like for the format that photo needed to be, and why wouldn't I? I mean, I shoot same-sex weddings, just like different sex weddings. Different sex weddings sounds really weird. Howard asks Max, Demolition Man, can you explain how to use the 3 seashells? I had to look this up, and Yes, I could, but there's a reason they don't explain it in the movie. And that's the same reason I'm not going to explain it right now. Timber Drifter asked Max, what subject will you be moving on to next with your pinhole photography? Sex dolls? No, and let me tell you why. It's not for the reason that you think. It's because there's a trope in photography. There are lots of tropes. Basically, nothing is new. Everyone has already done everything. But one thing that people have done and done and done is photographs of mannequins. I'll never understand why it's so interesting to some photographers. If you pick up a Shots magazine or a black and white magazine or any of those other like art photography magazines, there will be a picture of a mannequin somewhere within those pages. If you go to Flickr or Instagram and search for like hashtag art photography, it's just like wall-to-wall mannequins, like all down through the feed. It's insane. I don't get it. And mostly I think that the people that photograph mannequins, they're just like too damn scared to work with real models. You know, the other thing that just grinds my gears is when people say they shoot street photography, but all they do is take pictures of the backs of people's heads as they're walking away. It just go up to someone and say, can I take your picture? What are they going to do? Beat you up? Probably. They might do that, but that's the risk. That's why street photography is interesting, is because the photographer has put himself in an or herself in an interesting, or themselves in an interesting situation, usually with some amount of risk. Like it's the cringe factor, honestly. And I just, the like shots with the long lens across the street of people walking by. Come on. That's not street photography. Well, I mean, I guess you could call it whatever you want. You could call it wedding photography if you wanted to, even though there's no one getting married. There's also no real street interest either. You know, the other thing that just grinds my gears is when people say they shoot street photography, but all they do is take pictures of the backs of people's heads as they're walking away. It just go up to someone and say, can I take your picture? What are they going to do? Beat you up? Probably. They might do that, but that's the risk. That's why street photography is interesting, is because the photographer has put himself in an or herself in an interesting, or themselves in an interesting situation, usually with some amount of risk. Like it's the cringe factor, honestly. And I just, the like shots with the long lens across the street of people walking by. Come on. I can't do the ring light. I can't do it anymore. It's too much. I'm gonna have to bring the umbrella back down here. Anyway, that's it for this week. I'm gonna start working through the backlog of dozens and dozens of comments, and maybe we'll do like a 8-hour antisocial one day. Thank you so much for watching. Keep the ends out for the ties that bind.